Hello, music lovers. This is the Music Makers, and I'm Fitz Randolph. Today on the show, we have a treat. We have Frank Blair and John Khaleefa, two brothers who have been in on the beginnings of some of our most exciting time in rhythm and blues and pop music. They've played with the likes of Joe Tex, Marvin Gaye, Robert Palmer, just to name a few. I want to do something different today. We're going to go straight to the music. They have written a little riff for us for the show called I Don't Know.
Last week, and we came up with this groove, and it's multi-timing. It's 8/8. We use it 8/8, 7/8, and then 6/8. Then slow 4, and then we do a thing 3.5/4.
Oh, I love it.
Instead of a 3/4, like the waltz thing. But it's just very technical, tactical and tactical, because we try to keep it flowing without having the juxtaposition of the time changes. It's so sporadic and choppy.
Yes.
So yes.
So no computer deal, this is people.
No, this is no computer deal.
This is people.
This is just us.
One of the world's greatest computers.
Wow, what an exciting collaboration between bass and drum. Thank you, Frank and John, for working that one out. We really enjoyed it. Frank was born in Texas, grew up in Florida, played saxophone and bass in high school, and literally right after graduation, ran into the co-manager of the Soul Chargers band. And that was his introduction into all of the tremendous musical acts he has been associated with, such as Marvin Gaye, Robert Palmer.
Because I think my job might be in jeopardy, but we had. So we forgot about that idea. And then we wound up having two drummers, one of the first groups at that time, besides James Brown, etc. So this is 1969. And we had, the promoter loved us so much, he built us a house, 10, 12 bedroom house. Yes, he did. And put us, he was, at that time, it was something called the Chitlin Circuit. And he would book all of the major acts, Marvin Gaye, Robert Palmer, Jackie Wilson, Al Green, all these guys. And he would use us as the opening act.
Wow.
And that's how we met
The
a lot
Chargers.
of Soul Chargers opened for Isaac Hayes when he had Hot Butter Soul. Everything that you could mention doing that, think about during that time, came to the South. Jackie Moore, William Bell, all the artists. We played all behind all of them. We were only kids, 17, 18 years old. So that's how we started with the Soul Chargers. And what? But James Brown was there, and we lived down the street. We had a house that John and I stayed in a house on Grant Street. And so we would use that as a base. And we had like 5 bedrooms, and we were young kids, man. But down the street was this hotel in James Brown. All the stars during that time, major stars, would come there and party and go to the lounge and stuff. So, and we used to perform at that lounge all the time. So we were performing there, and James Brown came in, and Bobby Bird came to me and said, "Hey, we like you. Let's meet Mr. Brown. Would you like to meet Mr. Brown? We need a bass player." And so I went and met Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown got up and shook my hand and just said 2 words: "Welcome aboard." I never saw the man again after that day.
Really?
He said, "Welcome aboard, highly to be in the band." I never heard from any of them again.
Really?
Oh yeah, I was ready to go.
So you never worked in the band?
Never worked in the band.
John Khaleefa, born in Alabama, was studying in college on a music scholarship. The school closed down during the Civil Rights Movement, and John joined the Joe Tex band. And that started a career of working with so many bands, including, of course, the Soul Chargers.
Who was the bass player, because he had this record that somebody did pantomizing on it.
Frank and John continued to work in the Soul Chargers band and with other bands and ensembles, sometimes in the studio. Their careers continue on. Their talent seems to increase, and they are full of stories about life on the road and life working with temperamental so-called stars in the business. Work, somebody's always found you, and somebody's always heard you.
And it's a blessing. Yes. I mean, well, you do have some moments that you get so used to being in demand, like we've been in demand. But then it's a catch-22 situation as far as the bigger stars, because they have their little clique, and the other stars, they have this little jealousy competing thing. For instance, Marvin Gaye and Stevie Wonder's band. If Marvin Gaye was off or something like that, I would have to go and we went to Japan, didn't we? When I'm off with Marvin and all these guys, and he's off, we take off, go to Fukuoka, Japan, and all over. We went to Morocco and all that stuff. We went on route because it's better than waiting on someone. When you get to that upper echelon of a plane, then there's a factor where, no, I'm not going to hire this guy. He works with Marvin Gaye. That's Marvin Gaye's boy. Because they know.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes. They know when Marvin snaps his finger and say, "Okay, Frank, let's go." You're going to drop everything you're doing.
Yeah.
Right?
I see.
Right. So it's a catch-22 thing.
And it's an honor to have Frank and John here. Both of you are really, it's something just to have you sitting here together. When I think of the combined knowledge and experience that the two of you have had. Anyway, tell me about the record company.
Yes, well, we have several record companies.
Several labels.
One now we have
labels.
Children to Children Children to Children records.
Children to Children.
Okay, let's make sure we. Children to Children Records. It's one of the labels.
It's one of the labels. Poochie. The labels are going to be coordinated. Like Children to Children, of course, is going to be educational and based on that. Poochie is going to be more new age, international. And we have other couple labels we're going to have 5 labels actually. That
but
we're going to have hip hop label, rhythm and blues label, rock label, jazz label, of course.
Oh, of course. That sounds like a handful.
It is. We have an honorary license from the mayor. Gave us an honorary because he liked the idea of what we were doing.
Mayor Reed? Yeah.
Yes, gave us
He's a great guy. And thank you, Frank and John, for visiting today and laying out this phenomenal talent and the exciting news about your new business. And we thank you very much, and thank you for watching, everybody. And remember, keep listening to music.
Yes.
Amen.